Welcome everyone! In this video, we are in the Halloween Cup, showcasing another very powerful team featuring Shadow Scizor. Shadow Scizor on a classic Dragon Double Steel line tailored to this Halloween Cup meta. Scizor will be in the back as the closer, along with Pawniard on the safe swap. This little thing, oh my goodness, what a little menace it is in this meta. It is quite good and provides excellent coverage on the safe swap. And rounding out the team, we've got Dagalge as our dragon type on the lead. Handles Greninja as well as Charjabug very well. This is a very powerful Pokemon. Those Dragon Tails absolutely chunk and is a very good lead for the Halloween Cup. I had been wanting to try all three of these Pokemon for quite some time. Finally decided to do it all on the same team. Made perfect sense. But here we go. Dagalge Mirror going to safe swap into Pawniard here. They're staying in a little bit. That usually indicates that they don't have a direct answer to it. And I was correct in that team read. They have I almost said Grub, and holy smokes, a Charjabug in the back. We are well ahead on energy. Going to go for the Night Slash. We get the boost. And we are going to immediately put intense pressure on this opponent here. Likely grabbing a shield as that would one-shot from this health range. And holy smokes, Pawniard so spammy with Fury Cutter and Night Slash gets to a third before they decide to throw. And we say bye-bye to the Charjabug with another boost. Oh my gosh, Pawniard popping off in the Halloween Cup, and the opponent wants nothing to do with this little menace here. Holy smokes, they top left after seeing the double boost. My goodness, good game, well played. Both of these two steel types in the back are very fast and both hit like a truck. And here we go, a Nidoqueen lead. They safe swap an Umbreon, so we're actually going to stay in. A lot of Umbreons are running Psychic in this meta, so we're going to try and catch a double resisted Psychic. They did build up to it onto our Dark type Pawniard, but I think they were going to bait us. But that's okay, that's still resisted. And we are doing super effective damage with our fast move pressure, although Umbreon just outbulks our little Pawniard here, but that doesn't mean that we can't put in tremendous work here in this mid-game matchup. Gonna go for the Iron Head here on the Umbreon. Of course, it doesn't KO, but it has stab, and we grab a shield from the Umbreon. Would you have ever thought you'd hear that phrase uttered? Grabbing a shield from Umbreon. It's not typical. You don't often see it. So we will shield to get off some more chip damage on this Umbreon on the CMP. We don't intend to shield this next move coming from the Umbreon. They do let that one go. Of course, it does not KO. And as you can see, Umbreon puts in tremendous work. Even with resisted damage, the bulk is just off the charts. But that's okay. We're going to cut the losses there and come in and farm down with our Dagalge here. They led Nidoqueen. They safe swapped Umbreon. Could be team 5 from my top 5 best teams with Greninja in the back, and it is. Now this play was a little bit aggressive, but a lot of Dagalges like to bait, so I thought they'd like to maybe call an Aquatail bait. They shield, and that's a good shield from them. So we aggressively pivot back into our Scizor. This is indeed Team 5 from my top 5 best Halloween Cup teams. So Dagalge can easily clean up this endgame. We just throw our Scizor in here to put in as much work as possible. We're going to let this go. It is the Earth Power that does KO, but we can easily just farm down that Nidoqueen. One Dragon Tail does the trick, and now this poor shiny Greninja here has no shields. And all they can go for are the Night Slashes. Of course, this thing hits like a truck, so a second one would KO, but that is why we preserve the shield. And we will now be able to take out this Greninja here. No problem with our Dagalge. Gonna go for the Outrage BM, because why not? Greninja is annoying. In this cup, we say bye-bye to the Greninja with the massive overkill Outrage to finish the game off in dominant fashion. That's going to be another good game well played. Not only was this team a lot of fun, but my goodness was it effective in the Halloween Cup. And here we go. Carbink, that's instant pivot into our Pawniard here, and they're staying in a little bit here. And this is where Ironhead really comes in clutch on both of these steel types. Sometimes they shield, but sometimes they don't. Sleeping on the power of Pawniard with Stab Ironhead that nearly one-shots the bulkiest Pokemon in the meta. That was insane. And they do pivot into a Dagalge. So they are core broken by a very strong steel type like Pawniard here. And we do land that Ironhead. Gonna put further pressure onto this Dagalge with the Night Slash with Stab would come very close to KOing. And they don't want to mess around any more than necessary with this little spammy menace here. They're going to take us out with an Aqua Tail. That's okay. We're just going to come in with Dagalge and go for an aggressive farm down here. They don't make it to another move. The Dragon Tails just chunk a little bit too much there. We are now up a shield and we pivot into our Scizor. They've got a Jellicent here. Could have stayed in with Dagalge, but was expecting the Carbink to come back in, but in hindsight, it was low health. So they do reveal the third, and so do we. They tank our first Night Slash. That does insane damage, and that does not even have Stab. Shadow Scizor hits like a truck, but is very squishy. So you do have to preserve those shields for it. And I'm going to go for another Night Slash here. This would KO, so they are going to have to shield this, and they do. And we don't need to shield this. Dagalge's healthy enough to clean this up, but we will shield and look to get off this next Night Slash on alignment, and we get punished for it as they do catch that on the Carbink. That's okay. And we get the boost, so that forces them to throw. And now what we're going to do is just come in with our Dagalge and go for an insane double resisted farm down. I'm really thinking we can get this double resisted farm down before they make it to a move, and we leave with the outrage to take out and finish off that Jellicent. They realize that, and they do promptly top left. Good game, well played to them. Oh, Dragon Double Steel, a classic team comp that truly withstands the test of time. It puts in work in the Halloween Cup as well. Here we go, Toxicroak. Interesting lead. We don't win this in the zeros, but we do win the ones and twos. We know that, so we're actually going to throw up an early shield, although we can tank this. But you really don't know what they could have in the back. Dagalge could be quite useful. So we're just obviously going to stay in here and take out this thing, as it's a nightmare for our backline, and they're just going to cut the losses and take their shield advantage. And they've got a Carbink in the back. It is time to unleash Pawniard, and they don't have a remaining answer to a Pawniard. Holy smokes. Pawniard might just pop off yet again. They've got a Jelly here. Gonna go for the Surf. We do survive one, no big deal, and now we are absolutely loaded. Gonna rip off this first Night Slash here. Of course, does hit for super effective. Has Stab, does have health on a very tanky Pokemon, and we get another very clutch Night Slash boost. This absolutely has to grab the shield, and it does. Gonna try and make it to another one, and they are not messing around. They're gonna throw this move here, as we would threaten to take that final shield or KO. We let that go, preserve the shield advantage, and we are in a fantastic commanding position here in this matchup. All we do is we load up, we Dragon Tail this thing down. They had the Shadow Ball, they just chose not to throw it, and now it's Scizor time. Scizor up in evens, and the ones here can do quite all right, guys. They are at a rock site, so we shield this and we thoroughly outpace. This is why I like Fury Cutter. Bullet Punch is fine as well, but I think it comes down to preference. I like the energy generation, and we are now at the back-to-back, my friends. We've got this Iron Head. They have to call a bait, and we're saying bye-bye to the Carbink. Oh my gosh, we were not baiting. We had the back-to-back. They knew that, so that's likely why they let it go. But my goodness, we one-shot a Carbink from almost full health. Insane. Good game, well played to them. Oh my gosh, Scizor one-shotting a Carbink absolutely made my day. But here we go, Azumarill, massive core breaker to this team. It takes a team effort. Of course, Dagalge is not very useful against it. And this matchup, the Azumarill, is where you kind of miss Bullet Punch on Scizor. But we're going to make do here and try our best. Going for the Iron Head, hits for neutral, as the water typing does neutralize what would be super effective, of course. And a Play Rough would do quite a bit of neutral damage, as Pawniard, again, much like Scizor, not known for its bulk, but they swap out. They come in with, I believe, I saw Poison Jab. It's a Nidoqueen, non-Shadow, so that we do go for the Iron Head. Harder hitting move with Stab, and now we're going to rip off a Night Slash. This shouldn't quite KO, but we'd be getting the Nidoqueen very, very low, and we grab the shield. They may not know the counts with Fury Color Pawniard, and that is A-okay, no problem. They have to throw Earth Power, of course. Poison Fang would not KO, and they do go right for the clean KO, and that's okay with us. We can just come in with our Dagalge and look to Dragon Tail this thing all the way down. And or actually go for the Aqua Tail. I wanted to put the pressure on. We do win CP tie there. It'd be interesting to see if they give up their final shield, and they do. This could be the Earth Power, but we can't shield. We have to preserve one for our Scizor, and they do go right for the Earth Power. Nidoqueen putting in work. It is now all up to Scizor, up a shield, up against the remainder of this team. Azu's still super healthy, above 50% health. That is quickly about to change as we go for this neutral Iron Head with Stab. Does quite a bit of damage to a very tanky Pokemon. And this, we have to shield this. I don't know what they have in the back, but Scizor absolutely needs shields to perform at its best. It is a resisted Ice Beam. We can get that farm down. They pivot before we could into a Golurk. So this is fantastic. Going for this Night Slash, doing massive damage to the squishy Golurk. We get a resisted farm down, and we leave with a Night Slash to KO the Azu. Holy smokes. Scizor putting the team on its back. We're saying bye-bye to the Azu. Courtesy of our Scizor, up a shield, putting on a clinic, sweeping the end game. Good game, well played to them. Oh my gosh, guys, this team was so much fun, and it was putting in so much work. It was amazing. And what's not amazing is a Wormadam on our Dagalge. We instantly pivot into our Pawniard, and they are core broken by a Pawniard yet again. You'd love to see it. Get a bait with a Night Slash. Iron Head, of course, would do a metric ton of super effective damage, and they make an insane gutsy call, guys. They called that. Holy smokes. But perhaps I'm giving them too much credit. Perhaps they don't know the counts, but we're going to double down, as we did have to shield that Moonblast. Would have one shot, believe it or not. So we're going to double down, double bait, and we do even up the shields, and now we're going to go for the Iron Head. They might think we're running X Scizor, but we're not, and we're one shot in the Clefable. Holy smokes, that was amazing. And the opponent had seen enough at that point, as they still had a Wormadam and we still had a very healthy Pawniard. They top left. Good game, well played to them. Oh man, guys, are you beginning to see why this team is so much fun and so effective in this meta? Just one-shotting fairies left and right. You love to see it. But here we go, another Toxicroak lead. Nice shiny Toxicroak. And honestly, guys, at the time, I was so enraptured in the battle, I did not realize live in real time that this thing was running Mudshot. It actually took me a couple of times watching this back to realize it was on Mudshot. But we go for the Aqua Tail there after shielding, and they return the shield this time. And we can't have this thing. This thing is way too healthy. We have to shield this, and we do. So we're going to just look to take it out. We're down shields now. And that is not a good thing, especially when they have a Greninja in the bag. So we're up against it here. That Mudshot Toxicroak actually put in a little bit of work grabbing our shields. We do survive a Hydro Cannon, and they've got a Charjabug in the bag. So Dagalge, very good into this entire team. But as I always say, one Pokemon cannot do it all, and they're putting in a little bit of work here. They do Volt Switch us down, and all our play here now is just to go for the Hail Mary Outrage and hope like heck they're preserving that shield, and they are preserving the shield. They tank the Outrage, we take out the Charjabug, and now we're looking okay here. We do survive a Night Slash even from this health rage. Dagalge has nice bulk, gonna burn the clock by throwing the resisted Aqua Tail. And then we just have to instantly pivot into our Scizor and force them to throw energy. But these Fury Cutters are absolutely shredding with super effective, and they are forced to throw. So that was the play. This, of course, one-shots, but I believe one Dragon Tail will take it out before their Water Shurikens can take us out, and that is precisely how the game plays out. Holy smokes, that one got a little close for comfort, but we got it done in the end. Good game, well played to them. Oh man, Pawniard, quite the XL investment for Stardust and resources, but definitely puts in the work. But here we go. We're not putting in too much work here with this lead. They actually pivot into a Zweilous here, so they're giving us a bit of an out, and you guys are about to see we did not take the opportunity and run with it as we should. I think I got a little too overconfident in my Pawniard. That Dark Pulse did a lot of resisted damage, and we bait here. These resisted Dragon Breaths are really adding up. They let that go, and we tried to aggressively farm down. I just thoroughly underestimated the power of Zweilous, and we kind of just blew that mid-game matchup. If we had played correctly, perhaps not baited and perhaps not underestimated our opponent, we would have been in a better position. But now they have alignment. They bring back in the Golurk here, and these neutral mud slaps are absolutely chunking our Scizor. We grab the shield with the Night Slash. We get the boost as we swap out, not wanting to get farmed down, knowing that we had the Aqua Tail here. We go for that, grab the final shield, and we're just going to get mud slapped down. So, yeah, we definitely zigged when we should have zagged a lot in this one. Just, yeah, just misplays, a little bit of hubris on our behalf, and we pay for it in the end. They snipe with a 4-turn move, charge a bug to take us out. Very winnable game. We just made too many misplays to get that one done. Good game, well played to them. Oh man, a comedy of errors were definitely made in that last one, but we're going to try and make up for it here. Another mirror match with Dagalge. We instantly pivot on the mirrors here, and they often stay in a little bit as they are generally core broken by a Pawniard safe swap. Going to go for the Night Slash here. They can survive this, of course. And they pivot into the Greninja, banking an Aqua Tail in the process. It's all, our charge moves are resisted, but the Fury Cutters do super effective, and they shred through the very squishy Greninja. They generally let the Night Slash go, but we get the boost here. And I don't generally recommend shielding and protecting a boost, but that is precisely what we do here. Wanting to avoid the 50-50 mirror matchup and control alignment, we're going to go for a Night Slash and see if they want to take the shield advantage. They don't, and that's okay. We're actually going to double shield our boosted pawn. Not advisable, especially knowing that Dagalge has an Aqua Tail loaded, but we do double shield to control the alignment nonetheless, and they throw instantly to take us out. This will definitely KO from this range. We're down on shields, and most Dagalges are running Outrage, so we're going to come in with our Scizor here, down shields, and go for a Night Slash, but not before they can make it to an Aqua Tail. A pretty weak move, doesn't have stab. Even squishy Shadow Scizor can survive that. And we're just going to overload as much as we can. Back-to-back Night Slashes just in case they want to shield, and we're going to go for Night Slash number 1 here. They don't want to shield. They let that go, and they've got a Jelly. So we're going to bank that Night Slash and try and get that final shield off of this Jelly and hopefully Dragon Tail it within Night Slash range. That is the win con I have identified. That is the plan and path to victory here. We do survive a Shadow Ball, and we're going to go for the Outrage here and either do massive damage or grab that final shield. That's the goal here, grabbing that final shield. That's exactly what we do. And we are going to look to play to a CMP tie that we definitely win as Dagalge here. It's already a Night Slash range, so the game is already won. They're trying to stack up 2 moves here, but they, of course, do not win CMP tie. And they're going to take us out with a Resisted Surf, but we banked the move, had a plan in mind. We saw the path to victory. We get to this, and we're saying bye-bye to the Jellicent. Courtesy of Scizor, closing strong yet again. Oh, you love to see it. This team was so strong. That is the team, my friends. Good game, well played to the opponent. And yeah, this team, holy smokes. It is so much fun, guys. But not only that, it's good to have a nice fun team that you can enjoy and have some fun with. But my goodness, was it effective in the current Halloween Cup meta. It was just so good. So very good. Dragon Double Steel. A classic line that you often see throughout various leagues and metas. We've seen it in Masters, we see it in Ultra, we've seen it in all the leagues and all the metas. It is just a classic team comp that withstands the test of time, and we have that same classic team comp, but for the Halloween Cup, tailored to suit and address the Halloween Cup meta, and holy smokes did it put in work. Pawniard, an absolute menace on the safe swap. Dagalge might just be the strongest dragon type in the entire meta. It puts in so much work. Those Dragon Tails with stab absolutely chunk. Has very good bulk for the Great League formats. And we've got Scizor in the back to absolutely sweep, which we definitely saw in this video. Guys, you put all that together, that's a recipe for tremendous fun and tremendous success in the Halloween Cup. But guys, I had a blast. I hope you all enjoyed. As always, I thank you for watching and keep up the grind. Thank you, guys.